This episode on Sailing Popao.
I am losing it. We are sailing at 10 to 11 knots.
This is how you don't park a boat. Things are pretty tense on Popao at the moment. It's like a waterfront property. Dry at the front, wet at the back. Sad, Michael?
We'll come back. I think we should quit while we're ahead. It's blowing northwest at the moment, so there's no protection out here. It's a bit bumpy last night. It's supposed to be 15 to 20 northwest today and tomorrow. We've had 15 days out here already. It's been amazing. I think it'll be nice to end the trip with a good sail, downwind with the current, instead of beating into it on Saturday. So we're going to head to Hill Inlet, Whitehaven Beach, a bit different.
Time to dry out.
Time to get going again.
Wetsuits have been washed for the first time in 2 weeks. Hands are now going to be healing from all the cray cuts.
Crane mittens.
So sore.
But yeah, it's been amazing. 15 days out here. It's got to be some sort of world record.
Goodbye, Clearwater. Oh, I'm so sad. How fast are we going?
We just cracked 13.2 knots under motor with this current.
6 knots of current. Which is making us go. This is crazy. It looks like a river.
This is absolutely awesome sailing. Perfect way to leave the reef. Flat water, ripping current, and we're just smashing along. Right, I am losing it. We are sailing at 10 to 11 knots. It's like we're on the airport travelator here with the current. We've got 5.4 knots of current kind of up the bum there, and we're just flying along. Unbelievable. This is so good. This is how you're supposed to leave the reef.
Into Whitehaven now, looking pretty spectacular. Oh, sorry. Coming into Hill Inlet. Crazy, there's so many tourist boats. So yeah, we just came out here. We anchored around the corner last night just to get some internet, because there isn't any in Hill Inlet. And we just came around to Whitehaven Beach this morning to make some water and not wake up all our neighbours. We're just coming into Hill Inlet now. It looks like a madhouse. All morning while we've been making water, there's just been tourist boats everywhere. Insane. We're just coming in about half an hour before high tide. So we've got plenty of water, and if we do hit the bottom, we'll have the tide lift us up a little bit more. Ideally would have been in here about an hour earlier. Need another pair of sunglasses back here, Michael?
Yeah, double sunnies.
What do you think?
Unbelievable.
Pretty
so
nice.
I don't like the amount of people here.
Can you imagine if the borders were open?
Big chaos.
I feel sorry for all the tourist operators because New South Wales, Queensland borders just shut, and also obviously the international borders because of COVID. But on a more selfish note, this place would be absolutely packed if it was open to tourism as much as it would usually be. I can imagine it'd be absolute chaos.
Love's got me
it up here in Hill Inlet. And we're gonna go try and catch some bait. Is that right?
Somebody threw away all my bait that I defrosted.
Maybe threw the bait overboard thinking it was scraps. Anyway.
So now we're going to catch more bait. Hopefully we can just catch some crabs. Walk it on the sandbank.
I doubt it.
Driving new in this foreland.
So we're on a mission to cast net some mullet, which might be a little bit harder. I think. On the sand. Get him?
I know. Yep. Got him.
Nice.
Roaded.
Bye, clean tender. Hello, dirty crabbing. Nice. Midges have found us well and truly. I mean, hammered. We got enough bait for the crab pots, so just thought we'd come and check out this private little beach, have a little swim. Really different land formations to beautiful big sandstone arches, and it's really cool.
That's silica sand.
Oh, how long shall we stay?
Well, we're trapped here now, so.
Tender's already stuck. So Michael's really angry right now because we stuffed up when we anchored. We anchored way too close to the bank, and we've ended up with the nose of the boat on the bank in like 800 mils of water, and the rest of the boat in 1.5 meters. So we're sitting on the bow at the moment, I think. Tide's still running out. We've got about another hour and a half to see what happens. So the sun's just about to set in about 40 minutes, and yeah, really messed it up. Michael's up the front putting crab pots together, so I think he's gonna walk them out at low tide. But yeah, things are pretty tense on Popao at the moment. I can start to see the horizon is getting a bit of a tilt. I said, what's going on up there, angry crab man?
Put the pots in.
How's the boat looking?
Hopefully it's just the nose that sits down.
The back hole's out of the water.
Back hole. Whole thing.
Part of it. It's not as bad as we thought. This is how not to dry your boat out. So it's like a waterfront property. Dry at the front, wet at the back.
Business in the front, party in the back.
What a spot though. So that's our anchor, guys. It's running straight up to there. So we had a pretty chaotic day trying to get the butt of the boat off the bank, but she just wouldn't budge. Even when she was high and dry, this current was just pumping. So originally the current was coming over this bank, so we just dropped the anchor and we were hanging in the deep stuff. But then once this bank dried out, it diverted the current, so it was coming this way. So instead of being out there we were pushed against the bank here, and then by that time the current was just pumping way too much that even with a stern rope reversing, we had the tender pushing us, we just couldn't get her off the bank. We're at the bottom of the tide now, so this is how you don't park a boat. But she is built for drying out, just not quite like this. At midnight, when the tide's high, we'll just be able to pull the anchor in. We're just going to anchor in the middle there. At least we'll be floating. But yeah, a bit stressful. Beautiful night.
What's up? You
Can you pick me up? Yep, we'll pull that stern anchor so we're ready to go. It's hard to convey just how stressful boat ownership can be sometimes. We were in absolute paradise, but stressing hard about damaging Popao, our home, our pride and joy, and a big chunk of our life savings. Luckily, we came down pretty evenly on the sandbar and there was no damage done. So we've made a late night decision to walk the anchor down or up current because the current's swung around when it comes in. Michael's just walking the anchor up there. Good workout. What's going on there, Michael?
Getting the hell out of Hill, that's what we're doing.
Hell Inlet. It's yeah, after last night's debacle, we re-anchored in the middle of the night, in the middle of the channel, which is perfect. But now it's blowing 20 knots and we have the worst tide over current. Our anchor chain, we went to drop the tender, our anchor chain was under the boat coming through the hull, so because that wind's pushing her over the current, over the anchor, but the current's pulling everything that way. It's an absolute mess. Anyway, after snatching around a morning, we went over and Michael spoke to some other yachties, and they all had the same thing last night. So it was a massive convoy out of here. There's 2 boats leaving. We're trying to beat everyone because we want to go get a mooring around at Tongue Bay. We can just drive in here in the tender because this place absolutely sucks for anchoring in a boat. Are we ready? So anyway, we'll just come back tomorrow in the tender or this afternoon and do the walk. But yeah, we're just over it. This is not a relaxing place to anchor on a yacht. And I got to reverse back because the anchor chain's under the boat. I do not want to leave this place. It is so beautiful, but just, yeah, crap. There's a boat just came in. Enjoy, suckers. Hell Inlet. Looks beautiful. Terrible anchoring.
Hell Inlet. Look at the tide here. They're struggling. They're pulling their tender up. Pulling their boat up on the beach.
Such a shame.
Yes, it all comes at a cost. I think the only way to get away with it here would just be beaching it.
After scooting around the corner to Tongue Bay to pick up a stress-free mooring, we met up with some friends and came back on the next high tide to enjoy Hill Inlet without the anchoring stress.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay, that's it.
Okay.
Beautiful spot.
It's too bright.
Too bright. We found this little secret beach. Wouldn't call it secret, but
so secret that you can see it from all 3 lookouts.
But there's no one on
It's
it,
the first
so
one you drive past.
we're gonna go chill out at that private beach for the afternoon. I'm a bit shell-shocked because there's tourists here and heaps of people, and we haven't seen heaps of people for about 3 weeks, and even before then we didn't see any crowds. So anyway, here goes.
Hill Inlet is the crown jewel of the Whitsundays, and no visit is complete without a walk to the top of the lookout and a swim in the crystal clear water. It truly is the epitome of paradise.
Delicious feast you have prepared.
This is a 4-day craving for Lebanese food. So we haven't been to the shops for 3-4 weeks now, and yeah, I've like just had a massive mission over the last few days. Made some yogurt, and then from that yogurt I made some labna. So it's basically just like strained yogurt, which makes it like a sort of goat cheese texture. And then I just put peppercorns, garlic, olive oil and some thyme in there. And then out of that yogurt I also made tzatziki, which is like, how do you say it? Tzatziki, which is like cucumber, lemon, salt, and I think that's it. Hummus and tahini dip. And for the first time I've actually made falafels, which are yum. Just missing a bunch of ingredients, like all the fresh stuff. But yeah, basically this is it. I've made some flatbreads. If you're going to live on a boat, you need to learn how to make flatbread. And yeah, then I've also got my spice mix, which is a za'atar, which is like sesame, thyme, or oregano, and I think that's it, toasted sesame. So I just make that up in a big jar because we eat that heaps with the za'atar, like with a flatbread and olive oil, and that's just called like a za'atar bread. So anyway, this is like the staples. I make this all separately usually, but today I was like, I want to have everything together. So how good is it?
Delicious.
That's it? Do you know how much effort I went to cooking this? You're just going to inhale it in 2 seconds.
I'm starving. What's the problem with that meal? It takes forever.
Join us next episode as we tick off a few tourist attractions and boat jobs in Airlie Beach.
Fully loaded, ready for another 5 weeks. Off the grid.
Before heading north to Magnetic Island.
Popao and Selkie, they've been neck to neck the last 7.5 hours. It's coming down to the wire, coming around the corner. Get bus stop. Who will be the front one around the stop?
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support us further, you can sign up on Patreon for ad-free early videos, bonus content and perks. A huge thank you to our current patrons for your ongoing support.
Whack! Oh.
Someone's a little overconfident there. Standard Queensland reef squid, huge. Working on lean, Michael.
I know how you feel, Della. Exhibit 1, polenta.
Oh.
This is not meant to happen like that.
Tough spot, Michael.
Ridiculous.
So we have to leave the reef.
I love this boat. This is the best freaking boat you could buy. Yeah, we met an ex-Easy owner. Yeah, they were giving us crap about being able to anchor so shallow. They were super jealous.
Because they've got a big lagoon now.